to use something as a paperweight, just my bag of cleaning goods. Right, time to set the sucker up. Right, we'll just use what we used last time with a bit of an alteration. Some crude scribble outs, as long as it works. Okay, full colour. Alright, so I'm going to go, of course, copying a human body. We've got it basically, or anything three-dimensional, regular. Well, it's wise to do this. I mean, depends. Different manufacturers, it's confusing. So, but it's a good thing to do by default. Alright, and go to quality density. We'll leave it on the default setting, photo text, printed photo. Density will go -3. So next one we've got to do, we've already set the colour. We're going to set this up for 4:1. So 4 images onto A3. I'm sure I did set the paper size. I'd like to check. Absent-minded bizhub professor. Tee. But we do have other settings to put together. But we'll do the 4:1 because it happens to be there. So again, we've got to find it in basic. I'm going to do dots combine. So we go 4:1, 8:1. Let's check 4:1. Yeah, okay. The next step is, oh no, someone needs to use a copier system. Oh, I think we did forget to set the paper size. The trace, you know, paper tray. So we'll just put that in as an extra note. We have to set the system up again. Someone just used it, so I don't think the interrupt button works on this particular setup, which is a real pain. Dear me. Yes, we already had the density set to -3. I just thought I'd reiterate just in case I forgot. But we didn't set this thing, the background removal, so I thought I'd put that in. I know I like to do things very accurately, but sometimes I do make a lot of mistakes as well, unfortunately. So we got that down, that's it. Actually, I might change my mind. I might run it as an 8-in-1 job tonight, just for something different. Well, I normally do it this way anyway. So there you go. I'll just run it as an 8-in-1 instead of a 4-in-1 for now. Next stage, we've made it 8-in-1. Now we're going to have to change things a little. Going into edit color. We're going to go and color adjust. So we've got copy density done. So we're going to do something. So we're going to go again. We've got available here, we've got here saturation. Now because we're doing it smaller images, we might have to drop the satur down a bit. We have to make it maybe, hang on, +2, or maybe we might even consider. We might consider leaving the satur on +3, but one thing to do is that if we're using a smaller image, we'll just have to take the copy density and drop it down to the minimum. Now this again is not accurate. I like to use the front panel because it's got more range. This one only goes to, you know, again it's confusing the way copiers are set up. This machine scares the living daylights out of the people who walk in here. You seem to be the only nutcase that wants to use it and finds it a very sexy device. So now we're going to make this one +4 light, or should we say -4 if we're talking dark? Confusing. So there you go, I've just noted that. And we're going to just punch in the rest of this profile. So we might go back here. We're going to go again to add color. Again, I'm going to go sharpness. Now sharpness, again, I don't know whether I might just punch it up +3 and see if we've already got it written in. Now we've got to do is get into again, we've got to adjust the color balances now. So we might get into RGB. Sounds like a bit of argy-bargy, a bit like the world we live in, eh? Toner heads. So we've decided to +1 the red. And we're just going to go into CMYK, or actually it's YMCK in this case. It's confusing, isn't it? Alright, so we've decided to set the yellow as we did yesterday. So we go, these are stupid fractional settings. Why do they put them in thirds? This is an old generation of bizhub. I heard this new generation, like the C754, which got released last spring in Australia, is indeed exciting product. Better than this. And, well, put it this way, it's going to make this look like a heap, I think, without actually dimming it myself, without even trying it. But anyway, enough chatter. We're going to just set the colour up. So 2 2/3. So we use this fractional button here. 2/3. And it's yellow. And magenta. We're going to do magenta as, again, 2 2/3. So go 1, 2. And then we go fractional button, 1, 2. And we go cyan. Cyan will be full blast, +3. And K will just be a smidge. We're not stripping the K this time, we're just going to add a little bit of K. So K will be minus, okay, -2, and I'll put it down as 1/3. So we're just going to drop 1/3, just got 2/3 of black, very low setting. So again, see how it goes. But this thing don't come with a preview screen. The C754 and the other machines in the series are very efficient. So Konica Minolta have really raised the game, and I reckon they're the ones that are going to really try it for a while. So think Konica Minolta if you're thinking OEMs, but again, you won't find a job in Konica Minolta. But they're the most exciting company available now. So there you go. That looks like we've set the profile. Ready to rumble. So this is it. This is my little buddy. Very sexy indeed, eh? Well, I think it is. No one else around here thinks it is. Oh well, let's have a bit of fun with this sucker. So get ready to rumble. Just turn this off and hit the start button and watch it rip. But it doesn't have a rip. It probably would be better if it had a rip. Anyway, time to rumble. So, would you like to get bent over one of these, mates? Fun. With my partner Luigi, it'd be the best fun in this world. Oh dear, he's flashed a bit, eh? I think this thing likes me. Sure friendlier than the human race at the moment. Is it Luigi? And you tiny heads need partners too soon. I stand in for Luigi fully. It's called paraphilia, replacement for human contact, especially sexual contact. And when it's a bizarre love triangle, when it's man, woman and machine, the best part is the edge. Right, how many copies? We've done 8, we've got output. So we've got to take it to the output stage, and I've got to switch this off for now, get a better view of the kind of output. This active paraphilia. Nothing to be ashamed of, guys. Fetish and paraphilia, that's just tone ahead default. It's like a unifying force. People in this outside world don't like it, they don't recognise it, they call it a disorder. Don't call it a disorder, it's just a way of knowing who's your friend and who's not, who's your lover, who's your hater, who's for the industry and who's for making better photocopiers, and who's just purely in it for the money and the selfish gain and the weekend. We don't need the weekend attitude, we just don't go night clubbing, we go biz hubbing or whatever other copier brand we like. So, oh dang, this flew off the place is full of wind. I'm full of wind, humorously. Yes, nice images. For some reason the black, that little bit of black has just added too much heaviness. It's too much hotness to it too, too magenta, I think. We'll just play around with the profile a bit. Very sexy though. Today's copying task is to take what we did last night, doing the erotic copier demo in my black dress and the red G-string, and we're using a copy that, well, it looked like it was a defect, but I reckon it'd make a really good background for my new placards, my new copier woman placards. The old ones are getting a bit old and shabby, so we're up for an upgrade. I don't know whether I'll use this one, but it's not going to be done today fully. I'm just going to do part of the job. This machine's been busy, so let's try and see if we can set this up in one take. I hope no one's going to interrupt me here. Let's see, just set this sucker up. So I've already written the notes. Better not talk because I tend to lose my concentration. Right, full colour. Original size A3. Also got to set up the bypass tray. So we've got A3. With paper we get default A4. Oh, shut up, bizhub. Just being funny. Alright. So we change the tray settings, plain paper, standard size. But we're going to set the tray up. So we're going to grab some paper from down here. So we don't have any A4 paper available. We only got A4 portrait. Alright, so we're going to go rate a tray. Let's go rate a tray. Now again, I'm trying to remember which tray is the one. I think, yeah, tray 2 is A3. I should really check on the display, but anyway, this doesn't take too much effort. We'll just grab some papers from here, some spare ones. Right, I do like the metal they use on the side here. Don't like the plastic though, but then, hey, I do like to be I'm very critical. Now these nice, got good, nice adjustable guides. Unfortunately the paper looks a bit higgledy-piggledy. That's typical of normal users. If you're a copier pundit, typically we try to knock the paper up and adjust the guides. I might offer that as a service later if I have enough time on this camera, so we'll just get stuck to the main body of the work anyhow. Okay, just going to wheel in tray 1. Let's see. These are very nice trays. They feel really good to pull open and shut. They sort of really roll nice and smooth, you know. Now, can't see them. Well, it doesn't matter. We haven't got time. But anyways, it feels good. The handle comes in and out. Very nice. Okay, I'll just physically configure bypass. Now, the guides are, of course, got to be moved into place. Of course, you guys know what I'm doing. Oh, do you enjoy that, bizhub? Is that turning you on, mate? Do you really think that's sexy? Okay, do you like to have your guides tickled? Okay, I will tickle your guides. No one else wants to. Except us tone heads. So, we're going to load the paper. In the guides it goes, but the guides are a little bit tight. Okay. If you're a woman and a man wants to make love to you, a husband, not so good when you're loading paper into a bypass tray, unfortunately. So, these guides are a little bit tricky to move, but they respond well if you just tap them gently into place. I guess the gist is trying to get the paper to sit. Again, you guys probably know better than I do, but, you know, I still like to show off, you know. Ooh, give it to me, give it to me. Oh, oh, oh. Bypass sets. Yeah, well, I think AutoClear got me. All the consumables issue. Okay, we just got to set up. I've got to concentrate. Do prefer manual functions here. Probably not necessary. That's it. Bypass tray setup. Original. Alright.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Hello?
Okay. Set zoom. I'm going to reduce from A3 to A4R. Original type will be copied paper, so they say when you copy something on a bizhub, it's nice to, if you're making a copy of a copy on this bizhub, it's good to use copied paper. That's what it's for. Original type. Probably know better than I do. Right. This is -1. Round removal, -1. Contrast 2. Sharpness this 1. Okay, that's that done. Colour balance. Right, yellow plus a third, magenta plus 1. Cyan, I think we didn't write, we just leave it default. Black, we will go K -2. Okay, that's that set up. One thing also is we might add a +1 to the red. Red. We might even get a bit adventurous here and try a little bit of hue. We might just tilt it a bit towards the cool end and we'll just take it down to -1/3. And the next stage is exciting. Right, just stopped. Watermark. So, I'm just trying to think where the watermark is. I think it's in here. Yes, it is. So, I was thinking copy security, but for some reason... Oh no, it works! We had a clash earlier on when we tried to set this up earlier. Now, I was going to use watermark, but no, it won't work. We've got a feature clash. Bummer. See, these are restrictive putts. Anyway, we'll go back to our original, what we're going to do. We'll use watermark instead. Feature clash, a very big problem on this device. So we're going to use copy as our that's what we're going to do. We're going to also add a bit of cyan to the image. So we're going to have cyan. So we've got image, which is primarily shades of, those colours. We won't go into detail here. We've got to be quick. And we just want to add a touch of cyan. Hopefully this will be reproducible in the next stage. Okay, we've set the original on the glass. Hey, how simple is that? I know you guys like to see. Well, I'm sure. Plain glass is a nice thing because, again, that's where you can sit on it. Well, again, you can't sit on it with your full weight. You all know what that is. 2 kilograms is the max these things are typically rated at. And this putz is set up putting something. A little bit quick, hey? Well, it's got data coming through. I bought too much. Anyway, let's get this sucker going. Now, ready to accept another job. So, again, should be scanning my originals. Ready to accept another job. It's bypass feeding. Yes. That comes in the output tray. And, whoa, what have we got here? We don't even have the watermark hasn't appeared on our copy. I must have done something wrong. It's nice copy quality though. Well, what happened there with our stamp cop? I think we may have made a mistake. Now, again, I don't know why that didn't show up on our copy. That's a bit peculiar. Maybe it's not meant to, I don't know. But still a good copy. Whether we might have to do, I don't know what's to do here. So we might have to, maybe we might forget about that. We might go and do an overlay. I don't know. I might bing that one off. Bing it off. Okay, bing it off. We'll just go straight to this one, I think. Actually, I can see little evidence of this watermark just here, but I don't know whether it's because I didn't set enough cyan to this sucker. But I don't know what to do, but I think we'll just keep it out of there. We won't worry about it. I've got to just get the job done. So we're going to leave that out. Don't know whether we're going to play around with it more or just leave it, but it's still very good images. Okay, someone's about to print, but we all know the print function kicks in before the copy. Now I'm just questioning whether I should alter this a bit more, give it a bit more oomph. But it's still, the faces are nicely visible. They're the most important feature. We don't want too much, because we don't want my placard signage to be drowned out by the background. I don't know whether we should mess with it further or just leave it, because I'm sure if we copy it again we can add it and bump up all the rest of it. But they're very good images. I'm questioning whether I should increase it or leave it. Then we have to enlarge it to A3 again. Decisions. Oh well, I think we'll call it a decision that we don't, because I think it's good enough. Alright, just use that as a sign. Now we're going to proceed to run another copy job with some new adjustments. Now I haven't documented the full configuration, it's too time consuming in this place. Again, we're just going to run the same job. Again, we've got to start with not this copy but the original, the text first in this particular setup. Again, I haven't documented this as yet, but we'll leave it till the final cut. There's no configuring a copier in this day and age is complicated. So now, until I get access, or till we get access to the C754, we do not have a previous screen, so therefore we have to use a lot more skill, a lot more experience, and there's always a human error, or there's an increase in human error. So remember, this is an old generation of bizhub, but the other one's a really exciting product. Oh, stuff on the glass, yuck. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's see, try and run this again. Hopefully this will be. Right, finish. So, here goes the screen, flicking now. Takes a little bit of time for the sucker to output in this mode. Oh, okay, yes, I know you're pre-programmed to tell me that, or tell us that. Okay, out it comes. Aha, we have an improvement, I think. So copying the watermark was difficult doing on a Xerox copier. It's a Xerox copier. We look like we got some, is it vague improvement? Ooh, well, it's hard to tell half the time, isn't it? I don't know whether we should push it harder. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Daft Punk. Okay, we just made some more alterations here to colour balance. Anyway, mustn't bollock on. We've got to get in here and just do the job. Run the job. Now, we got the same procedure. Oh, what have we done? Someone else is printing, that's why. Yes, it's a no-brainer. We all know print takes function over copy, but I don't know whether you guys play with the print function, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's the way it is these days. They call them MFDs now. MFP, MFD. Confusing, aren't they, these terms? Here we go. Second original. We hit finish and then hit the start key. I don't know what machines you guys have access to, but oh well, let's see what happens, eh? The future's bright. We've got to consider it, right? We've got to wear shades. Ha ha ha! Come on, here it comes the output. So they've done a bit of a stripped down version of this video. It's got no too much uploading. But here we go. Normally I get it right on the third take. And it looks like we've got a this is probably as good as it gets on this device. The colour balance is a bit shoddy because it doesn't have the 3 bars that you got on Xerox and Toshiba. But it's an exciting grunt machine. Very challenging. A cerebral challenge if you want to put yourself to the test. Very sexy erotic machine too. Okay. So we might just take some snapshots of these screens anyway. With a still camera. Or maybe we'll just do a quick review. But I might just do some